Hey y'all. Alright, so I started a live and then my mother called. Alright, so what you see is my brother's birthday present that I got him. I got him some Legos. I got him this. Wait, hold on. I don't know if I can show it to you. I don't know if you can see that. He liked, when growing up, he liked helicopters. So I got him a model of a helicopter, and he seemed excited about it. And this is, I guess, the the, the sad self-awareness part of what's going on with him. Um, as you can see, there's lots of tiny parts here. There's like 100 pieces here. Okay, 100 pieces. Um, it takes patience and focus to put this stuff together, right? Like anybody who does Legos knows that. Um, my nephews and niece, they do Legos and stuff. Back in the day before Legos got so super sophisticated, I used to do them too. Um, Not to say I wouldn't do them now. It's just like, I got other interests. But so he saw the pieces and started. I could tell it was something that would be frustrating for him to do. So I started doing it. Okay, as you can see. And then he also started leaving because he was frustrated, which again, I totally understand. So I started the first live, and then my mom called. I need to delete that video because I thought I deleted it. I don't know if it's still out there or not, but um, it's also frustrating to have the same conversation over and over again um, with the same person. Not just my brother, but with my mom too. Sometimes I have to tell her, re-explain to her that my brother, will not remember. Oh, hi, Magneticus. Um, yeah, so I don't know if it was still on or not. So the conversation was streamed also, but it doesn't really matter. Like, basically, I'm trying to explain to my mom that, again, he will not, my brother, have conversations with you if he does not want to. It does not matter who it is. Um, and he tries to be mindful. That's the thing. It's like, but his illness overpowers him. So, and the self-awareness part of, like I said just now, that he might realize that he can't focus enough to do this, put together this thing. So I can get other kits, other smaller ones. In fact, I do have another one. Sorry, I'm still trying to adjust this stand. I have my phone on, maybe a little lower. Yeah, there we go. So I have another one actually. So I bought two. So I bought this one because he likes helicopters, and also let me go get it out of the out of the pantry here. I got another one that is a car that is fewer pieces, but not by many. It's like there's like 80 pieces. So it's a car. Um, I'll leave it out for him. I mean, that's all I can really do is offer him things that he can do. And I'm also putting on some food for him later. He likes black eyed peas. So I need to start the crock pot up. But yeah. And I guess you'll watch me put together these Legos while I chit chat a little bit. All right, so um, yeah, so I'm trying to find ways. So I had, like I said, a conversation with my mother just now, and I keep telling her that when I give him his medication in the afternoon, he really needs it by then. He's not having conversations with people. He's not talking. So I have to remind her, even though last night she tried to text me and she's like, hey, I want to call him this in the afternoon. I was like, but he won't talk to you because he barely talks to me. Um, so yeah, there's that. And it is frustrating, y'all. It's frustrating on two ends where you've got to teach family members how to treat somebody who is ill and understand the brevity of their illness, because I had to learn if I wanted to do this, which it is a choice to help him. I had to learn how to help him and not do it, the ways of what we've learned in the past. Like, I'm Gen whatever. I hate, the generational wars or whatever. But, we had a way of it's my way or the highway, that kind of thing. And it's like, you're going to listen to me and this and that and the other. It's like, no, we got to try something else because it's not working. We've got generations of people who are ill out here in the streets, who are sick, literally sick. And it's just not fair to them to continue on doing a almost a Sisyphean, if that's a word, type struggle to make them be well when they're not. And I'm not saying uphold them in their illness either. It's just that it's hard for me to want to do better for him when there are people who don't necessarily know how to do better. They want better for him. Yeah, they want better for him, but they don't know how to go about it. And sadly, you know, there's not enough education around it. I guess that's, maybe what I want to say. There's not enough education around helping somebody who is mentally ill. And that is disappointing. It's crazy out there, you know? So as like I said, put together his little helicopter for him, he'll get to see it, put it on his windowsill kind of thing. I could easily get into this as a hobby myself, but like I said, I have other things to preoccupy my time. But I guess if this was like a bonding activity, he can watch me put these together, I guess. He was watching, so I will say that. So he was watching me put it together a little bit. So I didn't want him to be like, feel too intimidated by it. So I guess that's why he, left for just now. So yeah, so that's where we are. And I'm going to go grocery shopping later. I'm going to go get him a birthday cupcake. He doesn't know that yet, but I'm going to go get one for him. And he already I already got food for him. So, he's not too picky. He'll eat all the foods. He eats a lot. But yeah, I will be putting together this. Okay, so I see the piece I need. But I'm also like, well, what it? I see this piece and this piece I need. And I need, I guess, not this, but yeah, I need this piece. But then I'm like, I don't see where I would be putting it right now. That's interesting. Well, okay. Well, yeah. Let me move this to the side there. All right. So I see this piece. And I can see how he got frustrated. Knowing just like, it's like, woman, I'm a little crazy, right? I can't put this together. So there's this piece and this piece. And then there's another piece that looks like a roundy part. Wait, is it this? No, that's a grab. But there's two of them. There's these two. Oh, I found it. Okay, so this is a roundy. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's a roundy. All right, there we go. Maybe this will drive up my views. So this channel is about biohacking, wellness, um, spirituality, y'all. I'm putting together Legos for my brother. It's his birthday. He's mentally ill. He's disabled. Okay. He couldn't do it, so I'm gonna do it for him. All right. So I've got this and this and this now. I'm gonna put it together. So this is the one piece. Make sure I got the sides, like making sure you can observe a diagram and mimic a diagram here. All right, there we go. All right, I did it. So that piece, and that piece. And then I need a green two-top. I guess I'm talking Lego language, right? Green two-top. Yeah? I don't know. So, there we go. So, yeah. There we go. So I know what I'm doing. Sort of. So I gotta skip number 13 because apparently they showed, I guess, what it should look like at the end. That's very interesting how they show the steps of things. And then they show you how to put it together. Okay, so long piece, this piece. There you go. And now I'm looking for this right angle piece here. There we go. You can tell I'm a teacher, right? So you see how I talk through this? It's not that hard. Not for me, like as an educator, because I literally have to do this. In fact, I had a dream about teaching this morning. Okay? All right, so they showed me the other side. That's interesting. So there's this side, which I'm going to click it. Here you go, it's clicking. And then there's this side. I wish they would show both sides, but they don't. All right, so got this piece in. And now I'm going to look for a 3-top that looks like a trapezoid. A slight trapezoid. Or a benti. So this is it. And then I'm going to put it over this right here. Okay. So it angles out. So there we go. And it's going to look like, press it in. There. Did it. Do you see? Wait, hold on. Look at me. Shh, look at that. Can't tell me nothing, friend. Okay, so I feel like I'm missing a piece though, because there's something underneath here on the diagram that I'm not noticing. I don't know unless I've yet to put that piece on. Oh, I think I've yet to put that piece on. Hold on. See, and this is where it's weird. It's like it shows a piece, but then it doesn't show you putting on that piece. But then all of a sudden it shows up. All right, so now I have to take something off, put something else on. So let me take this off. Actually, I have to take this off too. All right, take this off. Put this on. It should go right over the other piece. But, yeah, I chose the wrong piece. All right, so let me switch them out. So again, I wasn't being too detaily. All right, there we go. But it's the same length. What the? Huh. It's the same length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the same length. Okay. Let's go back. Because sometimes you have to do that too. All right. Well. But how is the piece going to be sticking out? This is weird. Okay. I don't see any other long pieces like this, y'all. Okay. All right. I see Magneticus out here. What are you talking about, friend? You don't do Legos? You know, I was about to say, I feel like you would excel at doing Legos since you are into engineering. I would like to think that you would excel at Legos, right? Okay. But I guess following a diagram, some of this diagram is missing steps. So you kind of have to intuitively figure out a step when you miss a step because, yeah, let me show you, y'all. On page this one, they showed this, but then they show this. I guess this is the finished part. See, I don't know Lego code. Maybe the white box indicates, well, this is what it should look like when you're finished. And then they show you how to do it. I don't know. See, as a teacher, this is what I would like, the intuitive parts. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, so I'm going back a step. I put this on. Okay. Then I'm going to put this piece back on. Let me make sure I put it on the correct side as well. That means turn it around. I'm putting it on. It's on. Now I'm going to get the other piece. Maybe I see it now. I don't know. Okay. Maybe. Okay. So sometimes, yep, there we go. Now I see it. Okay, because it has to be a piece that's hanging off. Sometimes you just got to start over. And again, I don't think my brother has that in him right now to do. And I can totally understand that. All right. All right, so we got these pieces, this and this. Okay. Now we go back to the corner, this. It is my hope that eventually he does, get a little more, I guess, focus. Okay, so there's that piece. I'm back to where I am now, where I'm supposed to be on the steps. And now there is a one top open, which looks like this, I guess. And then the little rudder thing. What do we call this? On an airplane, helicopter rudder? What do we call it? And then we got a little, what is that? Looks like a washer, but it's only one of them. So I tried to also separate out the pieces so that when I start looking for them, that it's not too much of a hassle. So there's that piece. Let's go ahead and put this on the top part. So I did tell my brother before he walked out, I was like, I'm glad that they color code these things because I can see how it can get really frustrating if they're all the same color or whatever. All right, so I don't see that piece. I'm gonna keep looking because that's the other part. You've got to be patient. You've got to look. I don't see it. I'm gonna put it on this piece now though. For now, I might have to take it off. So I'm gonna put it on this. Okay, it's not locking in. That's interesting. It's not locking in. All right, let's try it on this side. There, okay, there we go. Let's lock it in. All right, there we go. All right, so I got that, but I'm still looking for one little, it looks like a washer, but it's not. It's kind of like this, but maybe it is this. It's clear. But there's two of them. So what I'm also noticing that, yeah, when you have the pieces and you start looking at them and you're trying to imagine where else the other pieces are going to go, especially like, think about it. If it's a motor vehicle, it's going to have two of the same, right? So if I see two of these, maybe I need to go back to the original directions and see, am I right to use this or not? For the top, for this. Am I right to use it or not? Or am I missing some pieces again? And that's, unfortunately, they don't have that. Like, they want you to go on the, whatchamacallit, on the website. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Okay. I see the two pieces. And that's, let's see. It is time for me to meal prep. I am already on it. That's my alarm, by the way. So yeah, so let me do a commercial break. All right, so on my channel, I work on wellness. I work on improving brain function. Part of it is streamlining your life a little bit. Like, I don't think people think enough about it. They probably think it's boring, but really, the less you got to worry about, think about all the time, the easier your life really becomes. Then it's like, oh, okay, well, this is what I'm doing today. So I put it on my Google Calendar just now that you heard. I don't know if you heard it, that I meal prep on today. Sometimes I start a day earlier, like last night. I don't have to do that like per se on my calendar because I'm already over here and I already cooked some food last night. So I'm just going to be cooking more. And this is for my brother. I've already done my tofu last night, by the way. I just need to, I'm trying to decide, am I going to go salad or am I going to do flatbreads? I don't know. We'll see with my tofu. But yeah. So yeah, and like I said, in honor of my brother's birthday, I'm going to put together his Lego kit here. Let's see. A marker light. Yeah. Well, accounting for all the pieces, so I'm just gonna, as they say, trust the process. But then again, oh yeah, wait, let's look at the picture. let's do what most people do. Let's look at the picture. Oh, okay. But where would the other one go? So I guess whatever, it's like decor. Let's call it decor. Okay. So I'm not too pressed about that one now. I know where it's gonna eventually go. Right there. So that's cool. I'm cool with it. All right. Let's keep going then. So I've got this much so far. So friends, tell me out there, if you saw me, okay, I like to journal as well. And not, I hate to say scrapbooking, but journaling, I do like doing that. Do you think if I did that more often on screen, would that be something interesting as well? Because this is something that could be meditative, watching somebody put together a model. The only reason I would not want to do this is because, again, a part of my hobbies and lifestyle, I don't really do this. Okay, this is out of my norm. I can do it, but it is out of my norm. And a part of me being, you know, biohacker or whatever, I don't spend my time just doing this. That's why I've also putting food in a crock pot as well. And notice that I do not necessarily have to talk to y'all. Maybe I can do this on a Friday night. I don't know. Stuff like this on Friday night after my brother goes to sleep because I don't really want to go talk. Maybe I can. I don't know. We'll see. Just let me know. Friday nights, you know, maker space, right? Let's call it that, maker space Fridays. Because I was also thinking last night before, like, that's the other thing. I tend to go to sleep early when I come over here for the sake of him going to sleep. He needs to go to sleep. So I'm not up doing weird stuff, noisy stuff. I'm, basically either reading. I was supposed to be grading papers, which I didn't. Reading or watching a podcast, which I did last night. Using industry stuff or something quiet of that nature. So maybe, is this something? I think I like this idea on Friday nights doing something that's more meditative. Like, a lot of people don't like, how can I say this? A lot of people don't know how to meditate. And a lot of people get intimidated by what is meditation. This activity is meditation. Think sand art. If you go Google that, in fact, let me see if I can Google that on my other phone. Sand art. Like the Buddhists, they do sand art meditations. Okay? That is a form of meditation. You're not sitting, like, yeah, you can sit and socialize. Um, but then you can also work on sand creations. Okay, those are products. I'm looking for other things. Yep, there we go. So this, and I know it's sideways. If you've ever seen, and those are Buddhist monks, they're putting together an art piece. Okay? They're not talking, they're focusing, they're hyper focusing, they're practicing their skills on patience and observation. That is meditation, y'all. Okay? That is meditation. And so, what happens at the end, and this is where I think a lot of people get all like, ah, when they're finished, they sweep it away. They sweep it away. Okay? So do you see how detailed in they go, like with little sticks and detailed and colored sand and stuff like that? But like I said, once they finish it and once it's complete, they just sweep it away. But I'm not saying do that. I don't know if a lot of Americans could do that. So there's another one that's kind of cool. I don't think a lot of Americans can do that. Um, just and then of course this is where, especially those who grew up on like kung fu uh movies and stuff like that, where you go to the like the Shaolin temples or whatever, and this is more what you would see like them doing the sand stuff. So there's that. But what I'm talking about is a meditative practice of something that you're doing, meaning you're hyper focusing, you're contemplating, you're decision making. And a lot of people don't do that. And I feel like Legos is as close in modern, modernness that you would be able to get into. That could be that. Okay? But I don't do this regularly. I'm not a Lego person per se like that. Okay? Um I guess I could be, but not really. But I'm more like I'm a musician. I spend my time playing music, writing music, doing that kind of thing, and I journal. I enjoy journaling. Okay, but there's not to say that I wouldn't like doing this. There's model making I could do for fun, but like I said, I would prefer to make music for fun and for profit. All right, so let's get back on it. All right, back on it. So maybe this might be something might be doing on a Friday. Not exactly this, but something kind of like this with my journaling and maybe talking. But like I said, I don't know if I'd be able to talk this loud with my brother asleep in the next room. Like he needs to get his rest. Okay, so I need a dark piece. So let me look for those. Oops, flipping around. All right, I think this is the piece I need next. Put it down. And then two of the ones. Okay, I think these are it. So what I'm gonna do is put the one right there. Done. Put the other one right there. Done. And you also have to have fine motor skills. And as a teacher, I'm actually shocked, quite honestly. I have some kids who have horrendous handwriting. I'm gonna just be honest. But then they can do Legos like this size. I don't understand. I don't get it. Maybe because their fingers are tiny, but maybe they need the combination of fine motor skills and gross motor skills at the same time that they're not using. I don't know. But yeah, so I have students in my class who are insane about Legos and they're experts at building them. But then their handwriting looks like yeah, not the best that I work on. I was like, nope, you gotta have your form, you gotta have all the things going on. So maybe that's it. Like you gotta have a certain kind of posture, when it comes to handwriting, that they are not necessarily exercising. All right, so now I'm on, there's a piece that is a grippy, I'll call it. I think this is it, a grippy. And then another piece. But it's gray. It looks like this, but in the picture it's not. But then at the same time, it could still be that. I want to, again, trust the process. There's two of them. I can go back to the picture. It might be. Okay. Or, I don't think it's this, because it needs a circle. All right, so it needs this little doodad here. All right, so I'm going to put it in here. And I will say, I'm glad that they not only do this, but they can make it where you can take it out too if you need to. All right, so it's in there. This goes into, I'm assuming this, the loopy, because that's what the picture is looking like. All right, now does it go backwards? I have to make sure it's oriented. So I'm looking at it one way, but I'm holding it the opposite way. Maybe I need to hold it the same way, but that's not, see again, the picture is a mirror image. It's not the same. Again, that's where people have to learn how to be like, oh, this is a great skill. It's not that, I don't think I've ever, it's been a while since I've done Legos. I've done them with my nephews, years ago, whatever. See, I already know I messed up. So I like that it's something where it is a puzzle. It's a 3D puzzle. So now I gotta take it out. Oops. And flip it the other way. Because it's not going the right way. I hope I don't break it. Now I will say, if my brother shows up, which he might because it's raining outside, I'll have to go silent. I won't end the live, but I might just go silent because I don't want him to be freaking out that I'm filming. I've never told, yeah. I'm not saying I'm not filming him. I don't think I want to film him. I don't think he would want that, quite honestly. And then I don't think I should expose him to the idea of doing that, because when he is not himself, I'm going to just be honest, y'all, he does some weird stuff. Like the other day, he signed up for a podcast, some podcasting software. And I don't think he realizes. Luckily, it's for like a 7-day trial or whatever, and it'll probably expire before he remembers that he did that. But yeah, he does not need to be on the internet in his condition. Live, that is. Okay. All right, so I think I got that piece in. It's done. Now the little rotary thing. There's this piece. And put it right on in here. Oh, I love that it already has the thing on the outside. All right, push it on in. Let's get it done. 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 Look at me. All right, and now I gotta put this piece on this piece. So yeah, it's my hope. It's like, I'm not gonna give up on him right now with this. This was a lot, but I'm hoping that because like I said, he seemed interested in this. So it's not like he just didn't want to do this at all. Like, I think he got intimidated by all the pieces and all the delicateness, the tiny pieces, the fact that he does not have glasses right now, using fine motor skills, having to take things apart if you mess up. So I feel like if he had freeform Legos, like old school Legos, to just do whatever with, he might, be okay with that. Okay. Maybe I'll do that. Ooh, look at me. Made it stand up. Oh, yeah. Y'all can't tell me nothing. All right. Still going. All right. So I'm going to leave this for just a second, y'all, because I need to go put my beans on. All right. Because I just can't be just doing this all day. I got things to do. Life to live. All right. So putting that on. Putting on his beans and warm up the water first. Got chicken broth. Trying to decide. I am going to put onion in there, but I'm going to saute the onion before I put it in. There are a lot of onions. Go get my spoon. Okay, I'll put all of it in there because you won't eat it. And black eyed peas are good for you out there, y'all. Okay? So, the chicken broth that a friend made for me, because she made me soup. She made so much. Oh my gosh. So I was eating soup for almost a week and a half. And I also bought a bunch of soup cups for storage. Because I've been meaning to do that. So I finally got some yesterday. And so now on the frosting soup I made like almost a month ago, I guess. Not quite, but almost. I'll just say beginning of the month. And then along with her soup broth, chicken broth here, I'm going to now be able to freeze soups in controlled portions. Because I can't trust brother to eat controlled portions by himself without them being portioned out. He will eat all the food, like no joke. All right, so the peas are on now. I'm going to saute. I'm hoping, this is what my hope is. I'm going to do this I'm going to give myself maybe another hour or until the rain stops because it's raining right now. Because I'm also going to a Freegan. This is also some wellness too, y'all. Pro tip: if use the resources in your town and city. There are resources where you can go. I'm not saying soup kitchen or anything like that, but there used to be, and this is back in the Craigslist days. So if you're old enough to know what Craigslist is, where there was Craigslist is around still, by the way. It's just more spammy and scammy. That there was a section where there was free, just like right now. MySpace. I mean, not MySpace. Facebook, because I'm back that old too. MySpace. Facebook has that free section. Craigslist used to be that. Okay, and you can go get free stuff. I used to get free stuff all the time. Okay, so, but now there's a movement called Freegan, like not vegan, but go get stuff for free if people are offering. So yeah, so I found a small organization they go and collect free food. Okay, food from restaurants that they want to throw away. I even have an app too, by the way. So maybe I need to I'll show you the app that I got. It's not necessarily, I feel like this one, if you have to talk about scammy, I feel like this is a way for restaurants to sell their stuff before they throw it away. But then they do eventually have to throw their food away, right? So there's this app called Too Good To Go. Yeah, too good to go. So I need to update it. So it looks like that. Um, there are, to me, I guess it could be some deals. I might go, since I getting my brother a birthday cupcake or something, I might go to one of these today. It's a Juicy, a bag of stuff for $6, but you don't get to pick. Okay, so I might see what I can do for $5 a dozen. But the other catch is if you look at the time, this is right before they close. So that's the only, to me, problem I have with some of them. Is like this is them trying to sell the last bit of whatever right before they close at the end of the day. But you know, it's yeah. I'm sure there's other apps like that too. And I definitely would love, and I'm sure there probably is a freegan app. I would love to, look for them and show them to y'all. That's a part of wellness too. If you don't have to worry about where you're gonna get your food from all the time or how you're gonna eat, that's wellness. You should not have to worry about, well, I'm gonna starve today. It's like, no, you're not. You're not gonna starve. Go get some rice, go get some beans, and you'll be fine. You know, you'll be okay. So yeah, so that's a part of wellness as well, in my opinion. All right, so as I'm over here playing around with this thing, let me start putting it, continue to build on it. All right, so I need this roundy 4-top. I need a 2, 4, 6, 8-top. So I am talking Lego language, right? That's gray. I see where it needs to go to connect these two pieces together because I keep playing with them. All right, so I'm going to put this on, and again, I'm showing you this way, but the picture is showing mirror image. It's very odd, but I mean, it's a good skill to have to be able to orient yourself the opposite of what you're seeing. I think, see, that doesn't fit. Something is not working here. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in. All right, there you go. Yeah, see, I knew it wasn't gonna work, but at the same time, I think it should work. Hold on, put it back on there. There we go. I feel like it's still not gonna work, but we'll see. Sometimes you just have to try things out. And then this goes here. I see what's going on now. Okay. So I'm gonna go back. See, it's hard for a 2-dimensional drawing to mimic a 3-dimensional situation. So I'm gonna take this off. And I took another piece with it. Sorry. And then I'm going to do that. And yeah, now it should fit. And that's goes by itself. There we go. So it's locking it in. And this piece goes back on here. So yeah, it is a skill to Lego. To do Legos. You know what would be cool? If I can get, I do make instrumental music too. Maybe I should, if I do choose to do more Legos like this, play my music as a musician. That might be cool. I don't know. Okay. All right. So that piece is on now. Turning the page. Here I go on the road again. All right. So now I'm building another thing. Okay, so maybe I do have unlocked the code of Lego building here. All right, so I need this piece. On the other side is this. I wonder who draws these things. I'm sure a computer does it now, but you know, I wonder who in the past. And then a green two top. Here we go. Put my little thing on it. There we go. Lock it in. It's locked. Yep. As you hear the thunder out there. All right, and then I need a green. I don't know how to describe this. Oh, it looks like a trapezoid, but cut out square. Yeah. All right, so I need that piece, and then I need the two top axle thing. Two top axle. Sometimes when you say it, like, aren't you one of those people who call out things that you're looking for? That's magical too, by the way. I know I don't want to get too woo woo in here, but yeah, sometimes if you just say it out loud, it might show up. You're like, oh, here I am. All right, so two top axle. There you go. He's like, here I am. All right, let's put two top axle in there. This green piece over the gray piece here. Does it fit? It's supposed to. All right, it's in there. Now, the two top axle will go on top of this green piece. Locks in. There we go. Did it. Okay, and now there is a, how do I describe this? A two-prong, like male, female, androgynous. I'll call it dark androgynous. The two of them. There you go. Female, male. There you go. This might be fun. I don't know. Maybe I should do this just for, funsies. I don't need a new hobby. But this might have to be a hobby because I see a lot of people do this. I even told my brother, it's like, look, people make this a sport. I could see why. Two top androgynous. Okay. And there's the other one. Lock in. There we go. Done. Okay. Now I'm going to turn the page. All right. Now I need another two top androgynous bottom. This might turn too sexual. Oh my gosh. Two top androgynous bottom. That's the bottom. This is two top. Okay. Yeah, my jokes. Anyway, so this goes there. This might show more of my personality because I think I'm pretty smart, as you can see. I'm a smart person. All right, there you go. And then it needs a cover. I think this is it. There's a lot of them like that, but no, there's only two. No, there should be four. But where is it? Okay, maybe they're just lying for right now. Okay, I'm assuming that they're tricking me for right now. So I have this already. So this is good for now. And let me put my greens and yellows back together over there. So yeah, I would say find a meditative practice back on that, y'all, because I showed you the sand art. Find yourself a meditative practice that is not doom scrolling or whatever. Get back into hobbies, knitting, crocheting, so I could do that, knitting and crocheting, cooking, that kind of stuff, where you problem solve while you do the thing. So now I'm going to pause on this, even though I don't see that piece right now. So I'm going to pause on that. I'm going to go to the next, which looks like it goes on to the next two. It is a one top green. Looks like a wing or a wang, yellow wang, and a, I don't know what to call this thing. A cap, weird cap. Okay, so there are two of them. So maybe I should go ahead and put both of them together. So the other wang and one top green and cap. So I should put both of them together anyway. All right, so let's do it. Put it together. Go to the bottom. It would be fun. Oh, this is what I have in store for my students, though. Let's go that route. All right. I'm in a gifted program. See, there's a lot of stuff I could be doing right now, like my homework. So I'm a teacher. I'm getting my gifted endorsement on my license, teaching license for gifted students. And I'm wanting my final part in my portfolio to be for force and motion for science. Just because, that's where we are right now. It's more STEM, STEAM, GLAM. I've just heard a new acronym, GLAM. We'll talk about that maybe in a minute. STEM, STEAM, and GLAM activities. Okay. So while I do have a marble run kit in my classroom right now that I want to use for my force and motion unit when we talk about it. I would love for us to be able to do that work. Put together something, invent something that will be movement based. And these are second graders. Because again, I talked to you just now about how the Lego movement, like they can do Legos, honey. They can put them together. Uh-oh, I'm already seeing some discrepancy here. What's happening here? Ooh, that's not good. Okay, so I gotta go back. How is, am I using the wrong pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me take some pieces off because the drawing is not matching the drawing. What's happening here? Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing what it says. And did I pick the wrong things? Oh, maybe. This kind of looks like it, but it's shorter. See? Yeah, you gotta be careful out there. All right, redo. Not a problem. This is something that, again, I teach kids about being resilient. As humans, we gotta learn to be resilient, y'all. You gotta start over again. Sometimes you gotta try things and say, like, oh, this is not gonna work. Oh, let's try this. Instead of, I give up. Too many adults do that now in this day and age. Like, we've been programmed into thinking everything should just be automatic and just happen automatically, when really, that's not how life is. That's not realistic. Okay, so now I'm back on. Put the green on it. Uh-oh. Wait. I gotta turn it around. There we go. I also need to get my laundry out. I just remembered I did laundry last night. All right. Oh gosh. So this one top might not even be the right one. One top. See, there's other ones. You see? So just because something doesn't work automatically doesn't mean that it could be wrong or it could just need adjustments. That's the nature of life. Life sometimes requires adjustments. Okay, so I only see 3 of these. That's interesting. Well, they want me to use a green one. And I will. Okay. So let's start this again. So, got these 2 pieces. I only need 2. I'm going to put this to the side for a second. I'm going to put this one here on the bottom. Did it. Put this one on the bottom too. Did it. There you go. They're put together. And now I need, from what I can tell, I'm looking at the back now, one has to go for one side, but they're too tiny. I don't see how, unless I turn it around this way. Maybe that's it. Yeah, see? Sometimes you just gotta move stuff around. Figure it out. Yep, there you go. Got it. All right. There you go. Done. So when you start, figuring out the things get faster. There's a system. All right, so there's those pieces, and now there are 2 more like that. I just put those together. See, I don't know. This is weird. Oh, it's the same. I just did 2 steps in one because I'm smart like that. All right, so now let's go to the next. There's like I don't know what to call this, turbine thing. What's that called, a turbine? What's that? Twisty. And then another axle. So there's that. So that will go, I think, on this. Let me double check. Yep, there's remember the bottom? Androgynous bottom. I can see how this goes so, like, adult in so many ways. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to see if I can get it in there. Oh wait, is it going? Yeah, wait, hold on. I don't want to break it. I will say it seems like Legos are really resilient. However they made them up to be this resilient, kudos to those folks, the engineers out there. Okay, well, it's not going in like I need it to. Let me see. So, wait, I just need to push it in harder, I guess. Let's see. It looks like I just need to push it in harder. So I'm gonna do that. This is a perfect rainy day activity too, by the way. Yes, it's really starting to rain hard now out there. Okay, so maybe I should give up on this for just a second, just so I can look ahead. I'm gonna look ahead and see like what do they have in store for us on this. Huh. Well, let's look closer. I mean, it's supposed to go in there. I guess I'm just not pushing hard enough. It seems like that's the situation. I'm just not pushing hard enough. Again, though, wait, is this the right piece? There is no other that looks like it. And I haven't had my tea yet either, y'all. Maybe I need to stop and just... Again, sometimes when you have frustrations, you stop. Wow. Real life application. Sometimes you pause. you reassess. You take a moment, take a brain break, literally. And in fact, let me go back to the dream I had. Yes, I had a dream about being observed. Like, okay, teachers go in K 12, they get observed a lot. So, especially at um, our school is a teaching school, kind of like, you know, how there are teaching hospitals. Our school is a teaching school. Okay. So I've got some observations coming up for my student teacher, which I've wanted for so many years. This is my second year having a student teacher. As I'm lining up stuff now, I'm just clearing out my brain for a second. Um, so me as a mentor teacher, I must be observed and talked to by her mentor a little bit. So I'm planning for that this week coming up. And I'm also getting observed because we have new standards for teaching standards for the state. And what else are we doing? Um, yeah, getting observed a lot. It can be nerve wracking, I guess. Um, it didn't used to bother me so much. Only that now that it's just like, oh my gosh, it's kind of annoying for me because I get results. It's like I feel like I've been in schools, and this is again some teacher lingo in Title One schools. And Title One schools are schools that typically are underperforming test scores wise, and because they are underperforming, they get put on, I guess, action plans, meaning you've got to do these things in order to, get yourself together as a, school or whatnot. But I'm not at a Title One school. In fact, I'm at a charter school. But then again, charter schools can be Title One schools too. So I'm not going to sit out here and be weird like that. But I'm at a charter school that is high performing, quite honestly. But I guess in order to stay high performing, we get observed a lot. A lot. Okay, so I'm just rearranging some stuff. I'm being OCD. Teacher OCD's coming out now. All right, so I'm just organizing stuff while I think about what my next plan of action is going to be. Am I going to go make a cup of tea for myself because I'm getting congested? My knees are starting to hurt a little bit because I'm standing up and I'm not wearing my shoes. I have not put my bed together over there. I'm still in my pajamas. What else? I probably do need to put on some clothes and get my laundry out. There's a lot I need to be doing. All right, so yes. So what do you think my plan of action should be on Fridays? Do you think I should be? I wonder if there's a way I can do this. I have my other phone. Maybe I should jump on here as my other entity and join the conversation. I'll see. I'm going to see if I can do that. Or as myself. Can I jump on here as myself while on here? Yeah. Jumping on 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 myself while on here? All right, folks, I'm back. I know that took a bit, but I changed my clothes, made some tea. All right, folks, I'm back. I know that took a bit. And I realized before I muted, I forgot about the echo effect. So I, as you heard just now, I had to make sure I don't have the echo effect. So sorry if those who were listening start hearing some of that. So, okay, so I made myself some tea also. And as I was changing clothes, and I didn't quite take my laundry out yet, but I was thinking, how can I rejudge my habits and incorporate, I've done as much as I can with being with my brother. And sadly, a lot of my healthy habits have fallen off because I cook for him. I don't eat everything that he eats, but I do taste it. And even the tasting is not a healthy thing for me to be doing. So um, I'm trying to incorporate more of the healthy eating that I do, and give him what he says he wants and stuff. So for that, I have to think strategically now because I cook for him. I cook meats for him. He'll make his own rice, and he's now into pasta again, and that's good. And there's potatoes. There are healthy things here, but some of the things like the breads, oh my gosh, I cannot have bread. Here in America, the bread is the devil, okay? So I can't have bread. And I don't buy him pastries. Even though today I will get him a pastry, cook a cupcake or something. So yeah, that's kind of where I am. I have to rethink how I'm going to incorporate a lot more of my own habits. I was watching a video last night about, and this is what I do for my hobbies and whatnot. I know a lot of people gear their, I guess, wellness on what they feel like, what their ailments are, and then they go looking for things. But I've kind of was raised on the opposite, meaning, and I have this book at home right now at my house. But growing up, we had an encyclopedia of herbs and home remedies. And I used to look those things up all the time just for fun because I grew up on a farm and I was, living out in the middle of nowhere. So we didn't have internet. This was long before internet. Um, and so I would get curious about plants and stuff. And so I would just look at stuff, read it. And so now, even when I come across a new a plant or whatever, I usually look up, well, what are they used for? So I'm kind of on the opposite end of, I don't wait until something happens to me before I reach for an herb or a botanical. I still do though. But I just already have a foundation of knowing that, oh, there's an herb for that, or there's something I could be taking for that. And with that in mind, I was not necessarily looking for this herb, so I brewed this tea. So I'm prepping y'all for this, for the tea. That's why I'm moving some of these things out of the way. I was kind of looking for. I heard of this when I started. Like, I'm perimenopausal. Okay, I'm just being honest. Somebody had told me about this herb once because one day my legs were like, "What is happening to me?" It felt like little kids go through this too, like growing pains. And I don't know. I'm saying this to say, y'all, I don't know about for little kids to be taking this or not, but pressed arnica. I took them for a couple of days and I felt a lot better. My legs did. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. And I totally forgot about it. I'm like a year and a half later in the store. Let me go get the box. I'm not trying to promote any kind of brand or anything, but I was in the farmer's market store, like the for real farmer's market, like the international, like where all the immigrants go. I saw arnica and I was like, oh, I remember this. I kind of was like, I almost forgot what it was for. And since I was in the store, I looked it up really quick and I was like, oh, well, I need to have this on stock, like on a regular basis. Never know. And yeah, and as I said before, I paused for a second there that my knees were hurting. I was like, yeah, it's help. It helps with joints. I do normally drink a lot of ginger tea, and I have cinnamon tea here too, by the way. And I keep that on a regular basis for both me and my brother. I'm more of the ginger because I've been on it for so long, but I give him the cinnamon and the arnica. It really does help. So it's still brewing in my cup right now, but I might have to wait till it cools down a little bit more. But arnica tea, the plant, the herb, it does wonders. It's like instead of an ibuprofen, y'all, I'm not saying it works as fast. That's the other thing when it comes to the holistic medicine versus alloistic medicine. I think we're all used to looking for those fast, quick options. And yeah, I still might pop ibuprofen. I'm not gonna lie. I still might, but I'm gonna try this first. In fact, I probably should have taken it last night. That's the other thing when it comes to holistic medications. It's like it's not going to instantly fix you, quote unquote fix you. You got to already have it in your system. That's why I do stick with ginger a lot. And the price of my ginger that I get is getting pricey, too pricey to just give to my brother now. In fact, I'm looking for it right now in the cabinet. I'm like, where is it? Okay, I see it. All right. I like this brand, but I hate when, and that's why I don't necessarily promote brands, y'all, because they will change the formula on you. And those who know, if I show you this, you already know. But the instant powdered ginger, I've been on this for years and years. And I'm about to put it right here in my arnica tea. Okay. But they've changed the packaging. They've made it smaller, the individual packets, and they've put fewer in. Okay. I don't think that I have not noticed. And they have raised the price just a scotch to increase the profits. I understand how business is run. I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, come on, y'all. I need this. So I'm hoping to start my garden this year. I don't know. There's a lot. As you can see, I do a lot. Y'all. It would be super helpful for me to be growing a lot of this stuff too, like to grow ginger, turmeric, and when I get my kitchen together, have processing devices like a juice press. I don't know if I want an electric one or not. I don't know. I hear that there's a handheld juicer. I would be more interested in that handheld one. That seemed interesting to me. Or a crank. Again, I mean, that's exercise. Like, why do I need something that's electric? Okay, what if the power goes out? I can't make anything, right? So, and then there's your exercise and that at the same time. Sorry, there's something in my eye. So I can't get back on these Legos in a second. All right. And I also had to put more water in the beans because I was like, that soaked up pretty fast. Actually, I'm glad I did it that way. So I put my chicken broth in there first, and it wasn't a lot. In fact, when we go get the rest, it's in the freezer. Just go ahead and use it. I was gonna saute onions. I'm still gonna do that before I end up go out doing what I need to do. But I let the beans soak in the chicken broth first. I thought it was enough water, quite honestly, but it was not. So it soaked up all of that chicken broth water immediately since I started this this stream, this live. And then now I just added more just water. But that was good. Alrighty, so I need this tea. Whew, much better. All right, friends, so shall we get back on this? Shall we? Yes, we shall. I don't know where to put my tea. It's here, I promise. I'm drinking Arnica tea with ginger. Okay, so let me put it right there. Okay. All right, so now we're still on this motor part here. Let me move this out of the way. I need to find, I'm back at that, whatever this round cylindery thing is, and the, I guess the pole thing. What if I do it, what if I go about it this way? I just go ahead and put it in here, right? And then push the rest in. Maybe it'll work its way in there and just go in. All right, so I'm gonna do it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm trying the other side. Like it's a two-sider. This is just not going in. Like I feel like I'm not one of those types that'll just keep banging things in until it breaks. But I feel like I'm not pushing hard enough either. But I'm also worrying like, did they want me to use this one instead of the dark one? So if this is the case where I have to look ahead, just in case, because I don't need to break things that don't need to be broken. So I'm looking ahead. I don't see that gray one anywhere right now being used. So maybe it is the gray one that I need. I don't know. I'm looking far, far ahead now. I still don't see it. Turning pages. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't see it at all. So maybe it is. Maybe I can use it. I don't know. Brother's coming in. I won't be talking now. All right, let me see where he is.